Hey guys, Andy here. So when I was growing up and I was building my own computers, one of the leading brands in sound card were Creative. I don't know if they still are a big brand in sort of sound and such. But either way, when they got in touch and said, did I want to have a look at their Outlier Pro totally wireless earbuds? I thought, yeah, definitely. So thank you very much to Creative, and here we are. I'll give you my thoughts. So I've been using them for over a week, maybe even 2 weeks, as my main sort of earbud. And I'm really impressed. So I'm going to take you through why. It's quite a big case, to be fair. There's not really any hiding. That's quite I've got quite big hands, and that's a reasonable size. We slide open the drawer, and there are the buds. So it is a large case, but the buds themselves, I wouldn't have said they're big. Obviously they just fit in your inner ear as any of them in this style would, I suppose. There's no wings, although there's kind of they're sort of shaped, I suppose, to fit in your ear. And they do seem pretty sort of solidly in place when in. They are IPX5 rated as well, so they're sweat proof. The weird thing design-wise is when you take that out, that's upside down and the wrong side. So that's going to go in my right ear that way round. So it just seems a bit of a weird... So I found myself turning it round, using my right hand to pull out the left bud, my left hand to pull out the right bud, if I can get a grip. And then they're in the right hands to go into your ears. It just seems a bit weird. And then they go back in, kind of the opposite side. We can see the battery sort of showing that they're charging as well on the side there. We'll come to battery in a moment. So if I talk about performance, I thought they sounded really good actually. There was some quite strong bass, which you don't often get from such small earbuds. I would say at least as good as my Pixel buds that I use, if not slightly better maybe. There is a graphic equalizer in the app. The app that I found on the App Store isn't the one, I don't think, I'm almost certain, that they link you to from the instructions when you open the case. The ones that it links you to from the instructions with the QR code has the information about the Super X-Fi and the ear fitting. So Super X-Fi is if you download the sound to your phone, the music files to your phone, it can then go through this Super X-Fi. Well, who downloads? I mean, even who doesn't stream their music at this point? It honestly seems a little bit weird to have done that. And the ear fitting, I mean, it wanted me to take a photo of my ear from the side, which I just couldn't do. It wasn't accepting it. To then try and analyze my ear and create a sound profile, I think I just went with standard. But if you go into I'm just connecting. If you go into the Google Play Store and search, Creative Sound or something like that, then you get this app where you've got the equalizer, you've got noise control you can do through the buds anyway, and you can customize the controls, which I suppose we'll come to in a second. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here because I was just talking about the performance of them. So yeah, I've moved on to the graphic equalizer. So as it mentions here, you do have noise control and ambient sound level. So the active noise cancellation, I was quite impressed with actually. So I'm sat here next to my air conditioner, which is quite a loud, and when I put these things in and I'm listening to an audiobook or something, actually it cuts out a reasonable level of that. Probably just as good as my Bose active noise cancelling headphones. So yeah, I thought the active noise cancelling for in-ear buds was really quite good. Then you've got the ambient pass-through, which I remember turning on as I was getting to the checkouts in Sainsbury's. I mean, they're self-checkouts, so I didn't need to talk to anyone or so, but I just thought, just in case I do. So I turned that on as I walked in. I swear I could hear, as I walked through, I was like, what's that? And it was some people stood outside of the shop in the street talking. I'm sure I could hear them talking. It's quite a tinny, crackly noise, the pass-through, but I think it does work. I think it does take that sound and it will give you so you can hear. So yeah, I was quite impressed by that. When I was cycling, I had to turn both. I couldn't use noise cancelling or pass through because the wind on the mics just gave you a whistling noise in the earphones. But when I turned it all off and just using my standard earphones, they were fine for cycling. I don't know I'd recommend them for cycling because you've still got something plugged in your ear where you maybe want to hear the surroundings. I mentioned the mics. There are 6 mics apparently, so better for phone calls, and by all accounts, I sounded pretty good. So yeah, performance-wise, pretty good. Controls, they work reasonably well. So they work with touch control, the big circle point on the outside. Both sides, left and right, give different controls, which are, as you saw, I think, are adjustable and have them set however you want. Double tap, triple tap, and long tap. There's no single tap, which usually annoys me, but actually I kind of understand why. So there's been a couple of times where I've been doing some form of exercise, been down the gym or, probably mainly down the gym, and I dry myself off with a towel. When you've got the one tap to start and stop, most times something catches them and it stops the music that you're listening to. This doesn't happen when you've got double tap. So I do get why it's a little harder to use if I'm cycling or jogging, but I do get it. And all in all, the controls, they work quite well. There were a few times I might have missed a little circle bit when I'm trying to tap and it didn't quite work, but generally it worked really well. They are also Siri and Google Assistant enabled. Now then we move on to the battery, which, if I'm honest, I probably should have done a better job of properly testing because they claim 15 hours per charge. That's not the case. That's the actual bud itself will last 15 hours. I mean, I did use them for a good few hours, and I think I'm on my phone, it might still have said like 90% or 100% or something crazy. Because with the case as well, we're talking 60 hours total use. That is pretty ridiculous. I mean, I think they say on the website something like industry leading or best in class, and I think that is. I don't think I know of any earbuds that last 15 hours. So, in conclusion, I think they're £85 if you buy them from Creative's website. You might find them a bit cheaper, so I don't really look around because I got them sent to me. So they're in that mid-range. You can get totally wireless earbuds these days for sort of 40 quid, or you can go to the pro range, let's call it, with Apple and Google's up in the sort of 160s, 180s, 190s. So at 85, it's a little bit more than some people would want to spend, but at the same time, I think you're kind of covering everything. It sounds like they sound great. The active noise cancellation is really good. You've got a very functional pass-through mode. You've got a graphic equalizer. You've got an amazing battery life. You just got a slightly bulky case with the earbuds upside down and the wrong way over. So all in all, I think they're really good. I would generally recommend them if you're looking at something sort of £100 and under. I haven't tried the A series Pixel Buds, which I guess are a similar price bracket. That'd be quite an interesting comparison. But for £85, I think these Creative Outlier Pros are really very good. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But for now, my name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.